Talk to me about the UN vote. The General Assembly is going to meet on Friday. This is about a resolution demanding Israel withdraw from Gaza and the West Bank. The draft has been put forward by the Palestinian Authority. You know, I'm very, very dodgy on where Penny Wong will be on this, what Australia's position might be. What can you tell us?
Well, I think the government will attempt, as the reports indicate, to water down the resolution so that it'll still be an obnoxious anti-Israel resolution, but something that Labor will be able to either support or abstain from. The Albanese government is gripped in a crisis of mediocrity and cowardice. It won't be fish nor fowl. It won't be one thing nor the other. The government knows that its pathetic posturing on the Middle East has no effect on the real world at all. It also knows that it is compromising with terrorists every time it gives a gesture which helps Hamas. And it doesn't want to do this, but it's terrified of its own left. It's terrified of the Greens. It's terrified of Muslim activists in certain electorates in southwest Sydney and parts of Melbourne. Therefore, it's always looking for a fudge, a way out where it can be all things to all people or not take a stand. It will never have the guts to simply stand up to its own left, as Bob Hawke did. You know, Hawke took on the left wing of his party all the time over foreign policy, and the result was Australians loved him in overwhelming numbers. The Albanese government hasn't got the courage of a damp squib in dark blue ink.
I want to get your take, if I can, Greg. The ABC, it admits it aired doctored audio, and this related obviously to an Australian war crimes investigation. It named an Australian soldier. We then find out that there is a second slab of audio. This is a Sky exclusive from yesterday that may also have been tampered with. Today, a former US drug enforcement admin official, he's demanded a story be taken down that used his quotes. He says they're all taken out of context. This is Brett Hamilton. He said he only agreed to do the story after assurances from the ABC journo that it was a positive story, it was anything but. The ABC surely, I mean, this is so serious, airing doctored footage involving our diggers, involving war crime allegations. What should be the consequences?
Well, Peter, you know, it is very serious, but I'd disentangle it a bit. I don't put much store in someone saying they were assured it would be a positive story. I mean, give me a break. If you've ever dealt with the media in the history of your life, you know that you're responsible for what you say, and your quotes are your quotes. I think airing doctored footage, though, is an extraordinarily serious matter. And the ABC has acknowledged this and taken the footage down. I would still say, and I'm not shy of criticising the ABC, I believe this must have been a mistake, not something that was done intentionally. But the ABC owes us all a complete and full explanation. If any other powerful, the ABC is an immensely powerful institution, and if any other institution as powerful as this made this kind of mistake with this kind of consequences, the ABC would be number one in demanding accountability, transparency, a full explanation. Now, we deserve, all of us, and not least every Australian who has ever worn a uniform, deserve a full and absolutely transparent account of what happened and who was at fault, who is to blame, and who is going to take responsibility. This is a very grievous matter. You know, if our newspaper did this or your program did this, there would be very dire consequences. And, you know, the ABC has to show us all that it is acting with goodwill and proper professional standards in this matter.
Thank you, Greg Sheridan.